Hello friends, today our topic is standard integrals. Particularly that is the fourth part of the previous three videos based on the standard integrals. You may check the videos from the description box of that particular tutorial. Now today we are starting once again with the standard integrals. Now the first standard integral form is integration of e to the power ax into cos bx. Now in that type of form we have two types of formula solutions. Number one is e to the power ax into a cos bx plus b sin bx divided by a square plus b square, or e to the power ax divided by square root of a square plus b square into cos of bx minus tan inverse b by a. And same as integration of e to the power ax into sin bx, that means from the previous formula that was based on the cos bx, now that is sin bx. The formula is just looking like the same. Here e to the power ax into a sin bx minus b cos bx divided by a square plus b square, or e to the power ax divided by square root of a square plus b square into sin of bx minus tan inverse b by a. Let's check the first problem, how it can be proved. Let us consider the total integration like I. Now we are using the integration by parts and we are following the Euler rule. Euler rule, that means I for the inverse function, L for the logarithmic function, A for any algebraic function, T for the trigonometric, and E for the exponential. Now in that order we may particularly choose the U and V for the by parts. So according to that we may think here cos bx, that is a trigonometrical function, has the higher priority than the exponential function. So that's why we have chosen cos bx as u and e to the power ax dx as dv. As we all know that according to the by parts, integration of duv is equal to u into v minus integration of v du. Now as v is equal to integration of dv, so we may write integration of e to the power ax as equal to v is 1 by a of e to the power ax, and as u is equal to cos bx, so we may write du is equal to minus of b sin bx dx. So if we put the values of u and v here, so that one is u and that one is our v, minus, as the minus b is here, we are taking common the minus 1 from here, integration of, for v, that one is e to the power ax by 1 by a into b sin x dx, minus b was there and that minus 1 has been taken common. So we can take common as b by a from here, that's a constant. So the result is here now integration of e to the power ax sin bx dx, and here that one is e to the power ax cos x bx divided by a. Now let's check that part, that means integration of e to the power ax sin bx. Once again we are using the Euler property for that particular integration, and sin bx as a trigonometric function we are using it as u. So du is equal to b of cos bx and dv is equal to integration of ax dx. So v is equal to 1 by again 1 by a into e to the power ax. So once again, if we use the integration by part here, so that is u into v minus b by a has been taken as common or as a multiplier, as they are the constant, and e to the power ax cos bx. So that is our integration of v du. Now look at the integration part, that is particularly our I. So we are keeping it or writing it as I. So here the integration of e to the power ax sin bx becoming sin bx e to the power ax divided by a minus b by a into I. So we come back to the main integration, where we may write that one that is previously was I, we have chosen. That means integration of e to the power ax and cos bx dx is equal to e to the power ax cos bx by a, and as here that one was plus, so we are writing it here, that one as plus b by a, that one, and integration of e to the power ax sin bx, that has become the result as that one. So we are writing it here. So after calculation of the or the multiplication with b by a, we are getting a into e to the power ax, that must be ax, e to the power ax cos bx divided by a square. Now look that there was a, so we are writing a square here and a here, so that is becoming like that, plus, and that is we are doing because each and every function in the equation has the denominator as a square, so we are just using the complete calculation. So that one b by a square e to the power ax sin bx minus b square by a square into I. So we are now that minus b square by a square into I, just writing it in the left hand side. So taking common as I, we are getting here that 1 plus b square by a square is particularly a square plus b square by a square. So we may omit the a square from here. So a square by b square, sorry, a square plus b square is now can be divided on the right hand side, and that is particularly our derivation of the first formula. Now for the second option of the formula, we are choosing a is equal to r cos theta and b is equal to r sin theta. So r is equal to square root of a square plus b square. Now if we squaring the both, that we are getting r square cos square theta and b square is equal to r square sin square theta. So a square plus b square is particularly r square into sin square theta plus cos square theta, or r square. So r is equal to square root of a square plus b square, and from here also we can find out, if we write b by a, then that one is r of sin theta divided by r of cos theta, or tan theta is equal to b by a. So we can write theta is equal to tan inverse b by a. So that one is our theta. Now look at the formula for the numerator part. A cos bx plus b sin bx. A cos bx plus b sin bx. We are putting the value of a and b here. A is equal to r cos theta. Cos bx already were multiplied there. B is equal to r sin theta. R into sin theta. Sin bx was already there. So it can be written as r taken as common, cos of bx minus theta. That one is just like cos theta cos alpha plus sin theta sin alpha. That means that can be written as cos theta minus alpha. So that one is cos bx into cos theta plus sin bx into sin theta, or cos bx minus theta. So putting the values of r, we are getting square root of a square plus b square and cos of bx minus the value of theta, tan inverse b by a. Hence, we can write the complete formula as e to the power ax was there divided by a square plus b square. So, e to the power ax, now that one was square root of x square plus b square. So, we can divide that one. So, that one is becoming as a numerator a square plus b square square root into cos of bx minus tan inverse b by a. So, that is the derivation of the two option for the first formula. That one is integration of e to the power ax and cos bx dx. Now, the second formula, that one was e to the power ax sin bx dx. It has also as a answer two options. So here first once again we are using Euler rule, just doing the integration by parts, taking u as the trigonometric function sin bx and e to the power ax dx as dv. In the same way as on the first was, show u is equal to sin bx, du is equal to b of cos bx dx, and for dv is equal to e to the power ax dx. So v is now 1 by a e to the power ax. So we are just integrating by parts. So that one is u of dv integration u into v minus integration of v du. So putting the value of u here, that is sin bx by 1 into the v to the power ax by a minus integration of v, that 1, and for du that one is b cos bx dx. Now b by a, that can be taken as common. Now look at the part, that one is e to the power ax cos bx dx for the integration part. Already we have done before it. So the result giving us here, that one is plus. So we can write it e to the power ax divided by a of cos bx plus b by a I, because that one is our I previously. That one we have written as I. Let's check here. So we are just using the value of that one, integration of e to the power ax cos bx here minus b by a into that one. So after calculation we are getting the result, and same as the minus b square by a square was there, we are taking it in the left hand side, and after calculation we are getting the first option of the formula, that is integration of e to the power ax sin bx dx is equal to e to the power ax into a sin bx minus b cos bx divided by a square plus b square. Now for the second part, or the second option, in the same way we have taken a is equal to r cos theta and b is equal to r sin theta as previously. So r is equal to square root of a square plus b square, and theta is tan inverse b by a. Already we have showed how we can find the r and theta values previously. So just using the numerator of that one, that means a sin bx minus b cos bx. So putting the value of a, that is r cos theta, putting the value of b, that one is r sin theta. So here once again sin a cos b minus cos b sin a, that is if we think sin theta cos alpha minus cos theta and sin alpha, that one can be written as sin theta minus alpha. So we are writing it here, that is bx minus theta. the putting the values of r, that is square root of a square plus b square, sine of bx minus the value of theta, that is tan inverse b by a. So finally we are getting the result as e to the power ax by a square plus b square was there. So after dividing that one, that is 1 square root of a square plus b square, we are getting the denominator as square root of a square plus b square. So e to the power ax divided by square root of a square plus b square into sine of bx minus tan inverse b by a, and that is our second option for the second formula. So next we proceed to another formula, and that is just in the format of square root of x square plus a square, and giving us the result as x into square root of a square plus a square divided by 2 plus a square by 2 into log of x plus square root of x square plus a square. Let's check. Again we are using integration by parts to prove the formula. The first one has been taken, that part has been taken as u for the integration by parts, and only the dx has been taken as the dv. So u is equal to x square plus a square whole to the power half. So du is equal to half into x square plus a square whole to the power minus half into 2x, or if we omit the 2 from here, we are getting du is equal to x divided by square root of x square plus a square into dx, and for dv that is equal to dx, so we are getting the v as x only. So using the by parts, we are getting u into v, that is our u, and that is our v, minus, that is coming from here, integration of v, that one is our x, and du, that one is our x divided by square root of x square plus a square dx. And if we have the first part, okay, and minus, that one is x into x, that is x square divided by square root of a square plus a square dx, and that is our first equation. Let's check the another thing. If we write that one, that means x square plus a square is only as a part. So again we are multiplying with square root of x square by a square, so we have to divide it with square root of x square plus a square. So that one is becoming integration of x square plus a square divided by x square plus a square. So we are writing it just like here. So we are separating these two. One part is by using that one, and another part is plus that one. So that is the first, and a square is a constant, so we are multiplying it, and that one is the second part. Okay, and that is we are writing it as equation 2. Now look at the thing, that is also I and that is also I. So if we add 1 and 2, then we are getting 2i. So get the I, we have to divide it by 2. So we are adding 1 and 2, both are the equations representing I. So we are divided by 2, and we get the first one was that one, x square root of x square plus a square divided by 2. So that is our first part. Second part was 1 by 2, okay, x square square root of x square plus a square, but that one was minus and that one was also plus. So we can omit these two. So the final another one is a square by 2 and integration of square root 1 by square root of x square plus a square. And before already we have, from the standard integral form, we know integration of 1 by square root of x square plus minus a square dx is equal to log of x plus square root of plus minus a square. So we are writing as that is plus, only the plus here. So that is the derivation of the formula for the square root of x square plus a square and dx. The next formula, that one is integration of square root x square minus a square dx. That is near about the same, x into square root of x square minus a square by 2 minus a square by 2 log of mod of x plus square root of x square minus a square. And in the same way, first of all, we are considering that square root of x square minus a square as u and dx as v. So in the same way, we are finding the du value and then the v value. So using the by parts, we are getting u into v minus v into du, and we are getting the first equation from that. That one is particularly our I. As previously calculated, that has also been calculated in the same way for the second part. That means integration of x square minus a square can be written as we are multiplying it with square root of x square minus a square. So we have to divide with x square minus a square. So that give us the result as x square minus a square square root of x square minus a square, that is here. So one part is we are just separating and another part is that one. So x square square root of x square minus a square dx and minus and a square as a constant and taken as a multiplier, integration of 1 by x square minus a square, and that is our equation 2 for the same I. So once again, if we add 1 and 2 and we have to divide it with the value that is 2 to get the result as I. 1 and 2, that is 2i, so we have to divide by 2, that is I. So we are getting as usual from here, that one is x into square root of x square minus a square by 2. So that one is our first one thing. Now here half x square by square root of x square minus a square, and that one is half but that one is plus. So we can simply omit these two, and finally that is minus of a square by 2 integration of 1 by square root of x square minus a square. And as we already know that 1 by square root of x square plus minus a square dx is equal to log of x plus square root of square root of x square plus minus a square, as only the minus is here. So we are writing it as log of x plus square root of x square minus a square, and that is the derived formula. So we are proceeding to the next integral form, and that one is integration of square root of a square minus x square. Yet now whatever we have done, that is integration of square root of x square plus a square or integration of x square minus a square. Now that one is integration of square root of x square minus x square, and the formula is just giving us x into square root of a square minus x square by 2 plus a square by 2 into sine inverse x by a. Here, to prove that, we are just choosing x as a sine theta. So dx is equal to a cos theta d theta. Now look at the thing. If we consider x is equal to a sine theta, just putting the values here. A square minus x square dx. So we can write as a square for x, that one is a square sine square theta. Now for dx, already we know that is a cos theta d theta. So we are writing it here. Now if we do that calculation taking common, we are getting a square sine square theta. So that one is a square cos square theta, and that is giving us the result as a cos theta. So we are writing it here, a cos theta into a cos theta d theta. So a square is as a constant, keeping as a multiplier, and integration of cos square theta d theta. Now we know cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. So 2 cos square theta can be written as cos 2 theta plus 1. So here if we multiply 2 and divide by 2 here, so we are getting 2 cos square theta. So half is here, and 2 cos square theta can be written as 1 plus cos 2 theta. So after separation, we are getting integration of cos 2 theta theta plus integration of d theta, and that one giving us the result as half of sine 2 theta plus normally theta. So half of sine 2 theta can be written once again as sine theta 2 sine theta cos theta. So we can omit that 2. Now already we know x is equal to a sine theta. So sine theta is equal to x by a. So we are writing here x is equal to, x by a is equal to for sine theta. Now for cos theta. Cos theta is equal to, by default, if we choose here, that is sine square theta, that one is x square by a square. So cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sine square theta, and for cos theta, that one is equal to square root of 1 by x square minus a square, and that's why cos theta is equal to that part. Already a square by 2 was there, so we are write it here. Now that one is half into a square. Now for theta, already we know x is equal to a sine theta, so sine theta is equal to x by a, so theta is equal to sine inverse x by a, and that is the formula has been derived. So the next formula, that one is integration of square root of a quadratic form, that is form square root of a quadratic. Here whatever we have to do, we have to transform it into in the form of either x square plus a square or integration of square root of x square minus a square, in that form. Let's check what we can do. The problem is just like that, integration 4 plus 8x minus 5x square. So we are taking the common 5 from here, so we are getting 4 by 5 plus 8 by 5x minus x square. So we are just doing here, the x square is there, so here we have to transform it either in 2ab in that format. So here that is given 8 by 5x, so we can write it as 2 into 4 by 5x. So that one is 2, that one is our suppose b, that one is our suppose a. Already the a square was there, minus or plus that should be calculated after that. Then we have to, as that is minus, that is plus, once again we have to consider the minus here, and that must be 4 by 5 whole square for that one. So as minus has been taken, so we are taking 16 by 25 plus here, and already the plus 4 was there. So that give us the result as 1 is. So if we take that consideration, that giving us the result as, sorry for some moment, because there was not the 4, that was 4 by 5, so that must be 4 by 5. So if we get that one is 25, then that one is 20. So we are getting for that one is equal to 36 by 25, and taking common from here, that one is getting us 16 by 25 minus 8 by 5x plus x square, and we can write it as 36 by 25 minus b square or a square minus 2ab plus b square, or x minus 4 by 5 whole square. So that one has been written in that way. And as 5 has been taken common, that is below square root, so we have taken square root of 5 as a multiplier. Now look at the thing, where if we take 6 by 5 as a and x minus 4 by 5 as z, so we are getting the result as square root of a square minus z square. And just below that problem already we have found that is our required formula to solve this. So we are just using that one here for a and z. So z into square root of a square minus z square by 2 plus a square by 2 sin inverse z by a. So just putting the values of z for x here, we are getting the result as that one. From here, just putting the value of z, we can say z is equal to 5 by 5x minus 4 by 4. So that one is our 5x minus 4, that means 5z is equal to 5x minus 4, or z is equal to that one. So we are dividing that one by 5, so that one is becoming by 2 here, that is 10, and square root of 5. So finally we are getting the result as, after simplification, whatever we are getting or writing here. You may check it with your own calculation. Now the next part, another one. In that way, in that form, particularly the form is just looking like integration of a linear into square root of a quadratic form. So whatever we have to do, we have to complete the problem into two parts. Just think here, whatever be the quadratic form has been given. Let us check the problem with a example, with an example. Let's the example linear part is 3x minus 2 and integrate and square root of x square minus x plus 1. Let's check that or convert that one or replace that one with a variable, that is z. So we are getting dz is equal to, after differentiation, 2x minus 1 of dx. So that is our main part. We have to check that one, that is 3x minus 2 has been given. We have to use that form. So to that we are using 3 into, as 2x is there, we are writing 2x, so we have to divide that one. Minus 1 is there, so if we take common for the 3 by 2, minus 3 by 2 should be there. As minus 3 by 2 has been taken, so we have to plus 3 by 2 here. Minus 2 was before that. So if we take the common, that is 3 by 2 from here, that is 2x minus 1 minus that one is giving us the result as half. Just look at the calculation here. So we can write that linear part, that means integration of 3x minus 2 square root of x square minus x plus 1, in that way. Just we are writing that one. So now we are separating into two part, that one into the square root part minus half into the square root part, that is our second part. As the 3 by 2 is a constant, we are writing it as a multiplier with the integration. Now if we take common, if we take that one as z, already we have taken, so that one is becoming, just look like that, that one is our dz. So that is becoming square root of z into dz, and the result is 3 by 2 into 2 by 3 z to the power 3 by 2, or z is equal to x square minus x plus 1 whole to the power 3 by 2. So that is our first part. Now once again the second part. Second part, once again square root of a quadratic equation. Just as like the previous problem, we have to convert it into a format of x square minus a square or square root of x square minus x square. Let's check what we can do. Now that one is given x square minus 2x minus x only there, so we can write it as 2 into half of x. So that one is a square minus 2ab, then plus half square or plus 1 by 4 must be there. So we have to take minus 1 by 4 from here, and another one, that is plus 1 is here. So we can write it that part here, that one is x minus half of whole square, and from here that is plus 3 by 4. Let's check the calculation here. Okay, so if we consider z is equal to x minus half, so our dz is equal to dx simply, and a is equal to square root of 3 by 2, so square root of z square plus a square, and that is from our first problem, that is z by square root of x square plus a square divided by 2 plus a square by 2 log of mod of z plus square root of z square plus a square, where a is equal to square root of 3 by 2 and z is equal to x minus half. We are just putting the values of z here, and this gives us the second part as that one. Okay, so but the main problem is I is equal to part 1 minus part 2. So the part 1 was that one, already we have found here. Okay, just check here. So the next part, that one is already we have found here. So that is our second part. So that is how we can solve that type of problem. Now the final standard integral form, that means integration of ex into a part is in bracket, that is fx plus f dash x or f1x, that means the differentiation of fx, and that is particularly we have the result as e to the power x fx. Just nothing, we are using the integration by parts here, e to the power x fx dx. As using the Euler property, we are taking the function of x, suppose it is algebraic, so it is taking as u, and exponential function, so we are taking it as dv. So u is equal to fx, du is equal to f dash x of dx, and dv is equal to e to the power x dx, so v is equal to e to the power x. So using the integration by formula, that one is integration of u dv is equal to u into v minus integration of v into du. So u is equal to fx into e to the power x minus integration of that is v and that is our du. Just here we are doing nothing, just we are keeping that one as intact here, and that minus or the right hand part we are taking on the left hand part. Just look at the thing, that is our integration of ex fx dx plus, now that is becoming plus as it is in the left hand side. So integration of e to the power x f dash x dx, or integration of ex is equal to fx plus f dash x. So that is proving our result. Now let's check one or two examples for the first one problem or the first one standard integral we have done. The first one integral, according to that, suppose the problem has been given integration of e to the power 2x sine 3x cos x, that is not directly written. So here we can write that one as half has been, that means 2 has been divided to multiply that one, that is becoming 2 of sine 3x cos x. Now if we use the trigonometrical formulas, 2 sine a cos b is equal to sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b. So that is our a, that is our b. So here 2 sine 3x cos x give us the result as sine 4x plus sine 2x. So we are writing it as e to the power 2x sine 4x dx after separation plus the half multiplier e to the power 2x sine 2x dx. Now just use the formula standard integral e to the power ax sine of bx dx. Here a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 4. So that one is e to the power 2x divided by square root of a square plus b square. If we look at the thing, that is 2 square plus 4 square, that means 4 plus 16 square root of 20 plus sine of bx, that is 4x minus tan inverse b by a here, that is 4 by 2 or 2. That is the first one. Now the second one plus half. So that has been, no, not half is written here. So that one is now e to the power 2x square root of, now here the a is 2, b is also 2. So the square root of a square plus b square is equal to 2 square plus 2 square or square root of 8. Okay. So that gives us e to the power 2x divided by square root of 8 into sine inverse, that one bx minus tan inverse b by a or 2 by 2, and plus the integration constant here. So the last problem now, that is given x into e to the power x plus 1 whole square. Here we are just doing nothing, we are just adding something to the numerator for that particular x plus 1. That means we are adding e to the power x and we are subtracting e to the power x. So if we take the common from the first one, that is e to the power x, we are getting x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 whole square minus e to the power x by e to the power x plus whole square. So that is our first part, that is our second part. So let's check the part 1. We are using by parts here. We are taking it as a u and that is as dv. So du give us minus of 1 by x plus 1 whole square dx, and dv is equal to e to the power x dx. So v is equal to e to the power x. So that one is our u, that one is our v, u into v minus v into du. So if we look at the thing here, that one is e to the power x by x plus 1 plus integration of e to the power x divided by 1 plus x whole square dx. Now just we are writing the answer for I, that is e to the power x plus 1, that is our first part, plus integration of e to the power x divided by x plus 1 whole square dx minus, that is our part 2. Now that one is plus, that one is minus, so we are omitting this, and finally we are getting the result as e to the power x divided by x plus 1 plus the integration constant. So up to now, that is the end of the standard integral forms.